Okay. Party time, I think. Oh, it's not working. I have a lingering cough, by the way, which won't go on for most of the recording, but there might be like a couple episodes here and there during it. But I might have to pause and start the OCR up again, or just not pause and start the OCR up again, just close it while recording, because if I leave the OCR open for too long before I start using it, it seems to like to not work. There's a nasty kind of cold going around my entire county that it tends to, once you're already like past the contagious phase, it I still feel, or at least I do, I don't know if you'd call it brain fog or not, but that kind of, I'm sick, so I'm not really able to do everything exactly how well as I would expect, as well as coughing really hard and making some really nasty noises for weeks afterwards. And I gotta draw blood on Monday, I think. So I bet. Hopefully this gets over. Hopefully this gets significantly better by Monday. Right, and this is being recorded on a Thursday. It's like, how is that relevant? This is being recorded on a Thursday. Okay. Let's see if it actually works this time. Yay, okay. I went with Takeshi to the souvenir shop, picked out the food and drink we'd be using for the party, and loaded them onto the cart. Hey, where is the party going? You say to be? So, strange one for me. So, this is just hey, right? This one, this kanji you use for the word I must, which means to meet. Or something like I takute, right, would have this as the first character in that word. If you're, I don't know if you're familiar with that J-pop song, I takute. Anyway, but this kanji in front may change this whole thing. And this kanji has that radical. It's on top of a lot of kanji. I don't know what it means. Followed by day underneath it, followed by woman underneath that. And I can assure you that the meaning of this is going to have nothing to do with days or woman. It'd be nice if I could remember what this means, because it shows up a lot, but I don't. I'm going to put this into Google Translate to see if it has a more, like, gritty, sort of detailed translation. Hey, where are we going to hold the party? Okay, so not really. Also, I'm noticing, of course, that it's not right. Oh, it made the OCR thing disappear. It's not writing out party in katakana. It's actually using a Japanese word for party, which probably is actually this. This is actually probably the party, because doko de, because the last word is the verb, right? So this is probably the to hold, this here. And so this is probably the thing that's going to be held. Doko de is just where is where will it be?
そうだな。じゃあ、あそこにするか。
Yeah, let's go there. Well, it did translate the Sodana. It's like, but that's like coming to a conclusion, right? It's kind of like jaw. Yeah, it's like right then. Okay. Then let's go there. Well, we're probably going to go to the same place. You'd think they would go to the same place as they did previously so they could reuse the CG. But they wouldn't reuse the CG exactly because, well, there's some different characters, but... But then, wait a second, they can't do that because... Yeah, they can. Of course they can. Yeah, of course they can. I don't know why I thought they couldn't. I mean, you just show the characters that are not, you don't see from the person who's playing his perspective. Just swap out the character sets. You could reuse Sora and Yu in the artwork. You could reuse the pose that Coco was in and put Sora in that pose. You could reuse the pose that Tsugumi was in, just redo her clothes. Right? I don't have to redraw the whole thing. Takeshi was headed for a plaza-like park. The rest of the preparations are for Takeshi. Or are for Takeshi? So I decided to wander around. Or I presume it would be done as work for Takeshi. Yeah, Takeshi took care of the rest of the preparations. So I decided to just take a leisurely stroll around the area. Does it say Sanpo? No, it's just Pura. That's probably... That's probably the leisurely part. Various flowers bloom beautifully and energetically in the plaza. When I looked at the flowers, so it's probably Hana, and that's this kanji. Hana o Miruto, right? As I looked at the flowers. There were drops of water shining on the... Oh, this one. And flower petals, perhaps because they had just been watered. Yes, but we wouldn't have seen that scene. It is true that, too, in the original, that, the motions that the fictional Takeshi, as in fictional even within the game, go through, in the 2034 incident, seem to be reminiscent of the Sora route in the Takeshi side, not the Tsugumi route, which would make sense because, well, it gives a little bit more of a purpose for the Sora route, but it makes sense because Tsugumi's not going to let him do a Tsugumi route-like thing, right? I'm putting this into Google Translate so that I could redo that one kanji which never gets captured correctly. Looking at the flowers, I saw that they had just been watered, as droplets of water were shining on the leaves and petals. So it by itself means leaves, but it seems like if you put it together with other kanji, it could go into a word that means something like words. Which is weird, but okay. There's Japanese for you. It's like, that's kanji for you. As I was talking, I came to the place where the 3 statues were. And he's going to see the drawings on one of them, right? Still there. Which, again, it's like a mystical thing in Ever17. The drawings that Coco make wouldn't still be there because Lamu would have been destroyed one way or another and the statues would have been taken with Lamu. We go, oh, maybe because the statues are, the way they're made, they survive and they manages to pick them out of the rubble and then reuse them. I don't know, would they still do that if there was scratches in one of them? Yes, because they don't have the money to remake them, or they don't want to spend the money. I don't know. A statue of a woman with a kindness, as if she cared about her past and cared for it. Okay, what's Google Translate have to say about that? Statue of a woman filled with kindness, as if reminiscing and cherishing the past. Of course, you can't really tell from the drawing of any of this. course, they made it very Greek style. Statue of a woman standing tall, as if looking at the present. Yeah, the hair is very Greek. Also Michelangelo-ish, but he did things Greek-like. That's what he was trying to imitate, really. A statue of a woman with eyes overflowing with hope, as if looking into the distant future. Actually, they're closed. It seems like they would have, like, mixed them up. Like, I think the future one would be on the right, and the past one would be on the left, based on, like, the way the characters are posed. I wonder what meaning these three statues have. Well, we could have you explain it to you, but I don't want that. I really don't want to have to sit through that whole thing. I gazed at the statue while thinking about it. Or it could be statues plural. Again, Japanese has no plurals, so these translators don't know what to do a plural or not. That's when it happened.
Yahoo!
Okay, that's the voice of Coco. You're going to see a vision of Coco carving on the statue. I felt like I lost my voice. Well, it's not your voice, it's your hearing. Right, I felt like I lost my hearing. I glanced around. Okay, his katakana word is Fushashito. Fushashito. I can't recognize that as anything. Other than Takeshi, who was preparing the party on the picnic blanket, I couldn't see anyone in my field of vision. Excuse me. That probably doesn't have a translation, so I'm not going to bother with it. It's supposed to be like effort noise. I hear her voice again. It's from the direction of the three statues. Don't tell me. The girl actually did not escape on the whale like you thought. I looked up at the three statues without thinking. Then, before I knew it, that girl was standing on the platform of the statue. What are you doing? I'm carving. I'm carving it.
この石像に証を刻み込んでるの。
I'm carving proof into the statue. Who are you? Why are you doing that?
それは
That's...
寂しかったから。
because I was lonely. But also because she thinks there's going to be nothing left to show that they were there. That is, they will not even be there.
それに
It's the impending doom.
あのね
They will not live to tell the story. So I have to leave physical evidence. And you know...
悔しいの。
I'm frustrated.
悔しかったんだ。
I'm frustrated again, with emphasis. Girl mutters quietly as she continued her work. While deftly handling the two screwdrivers with both hands at the same time, or not deftly, based on the result of this. Frustrated, why?
それは
That is...
寂しかったから。
because I was lonely. Furthermore, the girl is trying to draw something. I'm gonna put the Google Translate, that's weird. Furthermore, the girl was trying to draw something, trying to carve it.
よーし、次は
That's you, right? Okay, next is, no, that's Coco still. The voice actor just kind of got you-ish there. But still Coco. The girl who was standing on the pedestal in an unstable position fell over, right? Yeah, the girl standing precariously on the pedestal loses her, and it's supposed to be balance, but then the OCR read it as palance, which goofed up the offline translator. Watch out. Of course, he tries to catch her, and she goes right through him. I made a quick dash for the girl, I presume. Although it is a complicated kanji, nonetheless. There's no way I'm going to be able to capture it correctly, though. It's too weird. Too many lines, too dense. There's like no hope for it. Because I wanted to be... Not be, you wanted to catch, right? The girl. We're not quoting Mafu Mafu songs, because I absolutely wanted to save the girl. I closed my eyes, put all my strength into kicking off the ground. I reached out with both hands to catch her. But there was no response from the girl in both hands. I mean, there was no collision. Yeah, response is the correct word, I guess, but... A little of a blip, I had to blow my nose. Okay. Yeah, no collision from the girl. Okay, this one is something where I think I can tune the OCR and it will get it. Yeah, there we go. Did I make it in time? Didn't I make it? I timidly opened my eyes. Yeah, if anybody remembers a lot of my old videos. Anyway. I had to open his eyes. I mean, would you have your eyes open when trying to catch someone? What? The girl wasn't in my arms. There weren't any girls around me either. She disappeared again. Like an illusion. I look over to the statue. I look above my head. There was no girl on the pedestal of the statue either. But I see something where the girl was. It's right around where the girl was carving something. There's a scar on the statue's back. A wound like a groove carved out of something like a hard protrusion. But with something like a hard protrusion. I'm gonna hit this. That's that by itself. The wound was in the shape of a human. Or stick figure. Simple humanoid shape, like a wire doll. At the end of the wire was a single round face. There were 6 of them in total. Well, yeah, there could have been a lot of plurals in there that didn't get picked up by the translators because, you know, Japanese has no plurals. And if you've been listening to me for a while, you probably also know that Korean does actually have a plural, but it's only used for people of a certain type. Like, you might pluralize the word doctor to say doctors, but you wouldn't pluralize computer to say computers. So, they kind of have less plurals. Upon closer inspection, there are 2 beastly figures I've never seen before carved into the ground next to the human-shaped wounds. Right, you have not seen Chammy, and you have not seen Pee-Pee, so you would know what they were. I look up at the statue again. The statue is pointing diagonally upward to the north. My chest hurts a little. I tried to breathe a sigh of relief. That's because I felt the proof of the girl carved into its chest. My chest? What? It was because I felt the mark of her childhood had been engraved on my heart.
それでは明日の脱出と皆様の健康と人類の進歩と調和を祈りまして乾杯。
Well then, let's pray for tomorrow's escape. Everyone's health, humanity's progress, and harmony.
乾杯。
What does ever kampai means? Cheers. Okay. Kid says kampai.
乾杯。
Sora says that.
はい乾杯。
He says yes, kampai. With that face. Pretty good.
乾杯!
Yep, there's the redraw. Huh? Okay, so I don't know if we're gonna get this without the yeah, we will get this without the text at the end, right, in the CG gallery. It might be its own CG, or it might be like a variation on the previous one. Takeshi's eyeballs seem to be drawn too far up within the not eyeballs, like his irises are too far up within the drawn eyes, and the bottom of the like his lower eyelashes seem to be too high. I think I know why they did that. It's because he's supposed to be be a man, right? So his eyes are less round and they're more slotted, but it just doesn't look right in this style. Anyway, yeah, they redrew it. They reused the pose for the kid and they put Takeshi there. They reused the pose for Coco and they put Sara there, and they just changed Sugumi's outfit. Sugumi's kind of sitting between, the which character to put who by, though, is, kind of wrong. Because if you look at this from the Takeshi side, right, Takeshi, this would be from Takeshi's perspective. He would be sitting between Coco and Sora, which would be appropriate, right? The kid would be sitting next to you. Coco would be next to you. That would make sense, right? And then Tsugumi would be between Sora and the kid. And Tsugumi wouldn't care who she's between, but that would not be, crazy, right? For some reason, there's a tendency to put Tsugumi next to Sora in a lot of the sprite layouts when they're both on the screen, instead of bridging people, putting someone between the two, which is interesting how they tend to couple them together. When you substitute the characters out like that and don't rearrange the seating, it starts to make less sense. Sara next to you makes sense, but then Takeshi is next to you, and then the fake Takeshi is next to Tsugumi, which doesn't make sense. And then the kid is between Sara and Sora and not actually next to you. The kid should still be where the new Takeshi is. Anyway, so Sara's eating a squid. Is that what that's supposed to be? That's been marinated in some sort of yellow liquid? Really? Oh, I didn't read this first line. You could have thought they didn't think of something else to draw there. And so the party began. Everyone ate, drank whatever food and drinks they wanted. I guess the point was was Sara's a big eater or whatever. Sora looked like she's eating too, but that's probably Mirage. She's eating fake food. Way to make her hold the glass in the picture, though. Tsugumi was as unsociable as ever, but instead of glaring at us like she used to, she would occasionally look at us with deeply moved eyes. And we're not going to confront her about it yet, because we're not in the Coco route. Unless we will, because this game mixes everything up. It's already used things on the Coco route. Although merely CGs, that is. Well, we know about old Yu's heart condition, too, I guess. We have that. We have some of the CGs for the Coco route. Before long, Yu said she wanted to show off a performance with everyone, or wants everyone to. Yeah, it's the kid doesn't... It's so weird how, they tell two of these characters are really old, are way older than the kid, and they, don't look it, and it's weird. And... Anyway. First, it's like the most chuggy thing... This fake Takeshi is the most chuggy thing you could imagine. And Tsugumi would be if she tried. But she just doesn't try. First, you herself reenacted the story of when she ran into a bear at the domain. We're going to leave it as domain, hot spring. And the fight was it one-on-one. Did she? So they dropped this. Okay, so this is where they're going to reuse that from the original game. They dropped the original conversation about fighting bears, which was in the Takeshi side, and it was Takeshi just sort of trolling you, right? But you was like resentful of that. She'd go, "Yeah, I fought bears." Just like, "No, what do you, gee whiz, man? Stop trolling me." Here Harry had the young you, and the young you's like, "Yeah, I fought a bear." You cut her finger doing something. I forgot why it was plot relevant. And Takeshi's like, "Oh, you got that fighting a bear?" Anyway. And then Sarah showed me a ninja art that wasn't an incredible trick. Oh, okay. Well. The kid was not impressed. Then Sarah showed me a ninja technique that wasn't a spectacular trick. Oh, okay. They both agree that this is not a spectacular trick. He just did a front roll or something. So I performed various parchurba. It's supposed to be a B though. It's bachar performances with rainbows all over the place. What's a bachar? So BA. Oh, it's virtual. Okay. Oh, bachar is virtual, right? But it gets really butchered because there's no v sound in Japanese. Actually, there is, but they don't use it. So they turn it into b, and then they don't have a chu, so they turn it into cha, and then but they do have a cha. So I don't know what they do. And they don't do that double vowel thing. They don't go chu-wa, right? So they just turn it to cha. And then the L just turns into lu. So it's like ba-chal. Doesn't sound anything like virtual at all. Okay. It's hard to decipher katakana words sometimes. In particular, the bubbles on the water's surface transformed to rainbow-colored shabon balls and fly. It was pretty beautiful. Oh no, Takeshi and I improvised a comedy skit. Well, he did have experience with this. Takeshi's retort, a merciless dumbass laugh at the scale beyond human comprehension. Takeshi's explosive, lively comments and my merciless jokes drew laughs at a scale beyond human comprehension. So it was offensive?
というお話だったのさ。
I hate this part. So what were you talking about? Oh, sorry, Takeshi. I've forgotten everything you taught me.
それは惜しいことをしたな。メモくらいしろよ、お前。
Oh, that's too bad. At least write it down. I didn't take any notes at all. Could you tell me all again? Tell me
って
again.
なんでやねん。まだ何も教えとらんぞ。
Why are you doing this? I haven't told you anything yet. Oh, I thought you just said, no, wow, excuse, demo. It's like, but, No, Domo. I'm sorry.
しました。
I guess I did it is what that really is, okay? Or you did it. Takeshi finished his comedy routine and a round of applause erupted.
もう最高だよ。
Yeah, this is the best.
いやー、堪能させてもらったわ。
Yeah, I've had my fill.
すごいですね、お二人とも。
That's amazing, you two.
さすがに。
Of course. Interesting.
いやいや、サンキュー、サンキュー。
Okay. Thank you in English. Thank you in Japanese. Just arigato. Arigato.
さて、続いてお楽しみゲームを始めるぞ。
Now then, let's continue with this fun game. We're gonna skip Tsugumi, of course. Fun game. We're not gonna bring out Chami, even though, I don't know, I presume Chami is here. Maybe in this universe, Chami dies in between or something. Takeshi opened the cardboard box and pulled out a tuna sandwich. Or multiple tuna sandwiches.
それじゃあ早速、竜田サンドルーレットゲームを始めるぞ。
Well, then let's start this sandwich. Okay. Yes, Tatsuta-san. Tatsuta-san. Do. Okay. Tuna sandwich roulette game. Let's start this tuna sandwich roulette.
竜田サンドルーレットって、あんたまさか。
Okay, so on Takeshi's side, you loses. There's no winners, just a one loser. I mean, everyone but the loser wins, I guess. Tuna sandwich roulette. Don't tell me you're,
そう、バラエティのお約束。この竜田サンドの中に一つだけすごいものがあります。
Do you remember Coco's recipe? That's right. There's a promise of, parete. Parite. Barate. There's something amazing in this tuna sandwich. Ooh, I gotta get that correct here. It's a no. Oh, I don't want to inspect Google Translate. Yes, as promised in variety shows, there is one amazing thing in this tuna sandwich, and these tuna sandwiches, probably plural.
すごいものって？
Sugoi thing.
さっき俺が作ったスペシャルなサンドだ。秘伝で奥義な即席ブレンドソースが34種類たっぷりかかってるぞ。
It's a special sandwich I made earlier. It's got 34 kinds of secret, ultimate, impromptu, precedented, or non-precedented sauce on it. What does Google Translate say? This is a special sandwich I just made. It's covered in 34 kinds of secret and mysterious instant blend sauces. Or just an instant blend sauce. Secret blended sauce. All of a sudden, a strange, indescribable, disgusting simulation resurfaces in my mouth. My face stiffens in fear. Takeshi, what in the world did you put in there?
とまあ一度食べた少年が恐れおののくようなスペシャルなサンドが一つだけ混ざっています。
Well, there's a special sandwich mixed in with the one that scares the boy who ate it. Mixed in. Probably that is the one that scared the boy when he ate it once. It's one special sandwich mixed in that will make any boy who tries it once tremble in fear. Or just the boy who tried, or made the boy who tried it once tremble in fear. Something
当
like
たりを
that.
引くのは誰だ？さあみんなで行ってみよう。
It's like either way it makes sense, right? Now then, who's going to win? Come on, let's all go.
で当然クラナリもやるんでしょうね。
And it's like potentially no one comes forward to say they got the sandwich, in which case we know Tsugumi got it. Because she just eats it and then that's it. Yeah. And of course Kurinari will do it too, right? He's like, oh no, I didn't make enough sandwiches for that. You suspicious gaze pierces Takeshi.
あいや俺は司会進行だし、それに竜田サンドは人数分の5個しか用意してないぞ。
No, I'm the host, and I've only prepared 5 tuna sandwiches for the number of people. Yeah, but that's enough, because Sora can't eat
人
sandwiches.
数分って私も入っているのでしょうか。
I wonder if I'll be able to make it enough for everyone. Does that include me? Wow, the offline translator got way off on that one. Sora timidly raised her hand.
当然だ。空だって仲間だろ。
Of course, Sora is one of us. I have to be cringe to imitate Takeshi.
そう思ってくれているのは嬉しいのですが、私は食べることができませんので。
But I can't, like, digest it. I'm glad you think so, but I can't eat it.
ああ、そうだった。
That's right. The way the voice actor said that, though, kind of sounded like a certain word. It sounded a bit obscene. Takeshi, who had thought there were 6 of them, had completely forgotten that Sora couldn't eat. They mixed up the subject object, and he couldn't eat Sora. Oh dear. And hadn't calculated that. Or he did,
そう
he
いう
says
わけ
to
だからク
follow
ラナ
the
リ
script.
観念しなさい。じゃあそら司会進行お願いね。
No, so Korinari give up. Sora, please proceed as the host.
わかりました。それではこれを読むんですか？第1回チキチキ竜田サンドルーレットゲームを開始します。
Understood. In that case, are you going to read this? I guess she has to read something, some script or something that she generates. Are we reading this? Anyway, let's start the first Chika Chika Tatsutsu Chiki tuna sandwich roulette game.
チキンだけにね。
Chicken? It's just chicken, isn't it? There's 2 chickens. Sora reads the notes you gave her with a smug look.
それでは皆さん、それぞれ一つずつ竜田サンドを取ってください。
Wait, where did you write these notes? How is this supposed to work? Well then, everyone, please take 2 tuna sandwiches each. 2? You mean 1? How did it get 2 out of that? There's no 2. It literally says 1. I don't know. It's hitotsu, not futatsu.
私これ
Yes. I will go, or something like that. This is mine.
よし、これにしよっと。
Okay, let's do this. It's mine, I guess.
じゃあこれだ。
I mean, this is it. I don't know why you're so worried. You should be able to tell by looking at them which one's the special one, Takeshi. Like, you should have left, like, a little, like, unique thing about the way you've stacked it, such that, you know, you can tell from the outside which is which. After all, you don't have to lose this to continue the script, right? In fact, most ideally, it would be you who loses. So, that's what, so just cheat. Takeshi chose the right one of the two that were left. And then lastly, it's Tsugumi.
くだらない。
And she just says, stupid. Then Tsugumi takes the last one. Well, she's following the script.
さて、皆さん、行き渡りましたね。
It's probably what she said last time, right? All right, everyone. You're here, aren't you? Yes, they are. It's probably not what you meant to say, was it? Well, everyone, have you gotten through it? Something like that. Sora confirmed that everyone was holding a tuna sandwich.
それじゃあ、一斉にどうぞ。
Well then, let's all do it at once.
Oh.
Okay, bite noise. Ooh, that was like gulpy. That voice actor is no good. Puck! I steeled myself and took a bite of the tuna sandwich. Oh, it's delicious, I'm lucky. I couldn't taste it at first, but the exquisite harmony of delicious tuna and tartar sauce filled my mouth. Couldn't at first? Is that really what that meant? At first I couldn't taste it. Oh, okay. But the exquisite harmony of delicious tuna and tartar sauce spread through my mouth. Is that how they make a tuna sandwich in Japan? Is they use tuna and tartar sauce? Is it like shaved? Is that how that works? Because in the United States, in America, when I think of a tuna sandwich, it's basically a shorthand for tuna salad sandwich. And it's canned tuna mixed with Miracle Whip and pickles and stuff like that. It's not terrible because it just basically tastes like Miracle Whip, which is mostly mayo. Don't really taste the tuna. It just adds like a hairy texture. I'm so happy. Okay, so I guess you didn't get it this time.
むくむく。
Oh, I should say puck puck. Everything everyone's eating without a care in the world. Oh, so I guess it does mean Tsugumi got it. Okay. So we know who got it.
ちょっと待った。
Wait a minute.
俺は確かにスペシャルなサンドを入れたはずだぞ。誰か痩せ我慢してないか？
Excuse me. I was coughing. And my voice is a little bit more gravelly than usual anyway. I had that stupid gravelly voice, which I don't particularly like. In fact, I don't know if there's anybody in the world who actually likes how their voice sounds, except maybe Rush Limbaugh, but he's dead. Anyway, no, there's some announcers who probably like how their voice sounds. There was that Ryan to Riches story once, but most people don't. Okay, well, mine's just like really just right now. I definitely put in a special sandwich, you know. Isn't someone holding back?
私のは普通の味よ。
No, it's Gumi's just trolling you. Mine tastes normal.
私も
Mine too. Mine too.
ただのピザ味だったわ。
It just tastes like pizza.
おかしいな。確かに作ったんだけどな。
Well, it's not supposed to taste like pizza, so we got the culprit. That's strange. I did make it, didn't I? Man, you're so ignorant. Takeshi racked his brain.
あれ
Wait.
つぐみさん、今なんておっしゃいました？何の味と？
Wait, Tsugumi-san, what did you just say? What flavor do you mean?
ピザ。
Pizza.
もごもご。
Tsugumi's expression didn't change as he ate her pizza-flavored tuna sandwich.
ちょっとそれ貸せ！なわけねえだろ！
Hey, give me that. There's no way that's true. As Takeshi grabbed hold of her, Tsugumi dodged the flurry. Not only did she dodge it, she caught her foot and she caught his foot and tripped him. Wait. Tsugumi dodges Takeshi's grab, but not only that, she also trips him and he sends him falling. She took the opportunity to devour it all.
ごちそうさま。
Gochiso-sama, which is what you say after you finish your meal. That sandwich looked like it hit Tsugumi. Oh. Yeah, she got hit with the... You see what I mean, right? She got selected. Did she eat it without a care? Yes, she's used to eating out of a dumpster. You could also take that metaphorically. Ew. Why do I say these things on the internet? I feel like something is wrong. Suddenly, a low metallic sound rang out. This dull sound as if it had been shut away. Someone like banging pots and pans inside their bathroom with the door closed. The floor shook a little. Anxiety runs through everyone's faces.
インゼルヌルトをつなぐ柱の一つが剥落した音です。想定内なので崩壊予測時間に変更はありません。
It's the sound of the pillar connecting incel Knoll peeling off. It's within expectations. There's no change in the estimated time of collapse. Sora immediately reported the current situation.
ですが、徐々に建物全体への負荷は増大しています。今後も小規模な浸水が頻発しますね。
However, the load on the entire building is gradually increasing. There will be frequent small-scale flooding in the future.
どういうことなの？
What do you mean?
海中のレミュー崩壊時間は変わりません。 ですが、個々の施設はそれより先に限界を迎えます。
The time of collapse of Lemieux under the sea will not change. However, individual facilities will reach the limit before that.
ですが、ご安心ください。明日いっぱいは何とか持たせます。
But don't worry, I'll make it last until tomorrow somehow.
ねえ、そうなる前に今すぐクジラの潜水艇って使えないの？
Hey, before that happens, can't we use the whale submersible right away?
充電は全自動で行われてるんだ。24時間経たないと充電器から離せない仕様だ。
Yeah, again, I'm so curious whether or not in this version they're going to actually use the whale to escape. Because that's just like legit. Like, they could write that, right? The original game, they had to come up with this convoluted thing. Wasn't really that convoluted because they didn't have a way of escape already ready. So they had to like invent one on the fly when they were writing that part. But they don't have to here because they already have the whale. The charge is fully automatic. It can't be removed from the charger unless it lasts 24 hours by pure contrivance. Again, that's the stupidest
大丈夫
thing.
だ。問題ない。明日になれば充電が終わってここから出られるんだ。
Imagine if you plugged in your Tesla. Again, they didn't have those in the days this game was. This was written in 2011. I don't know if they had. Maybe the Tesla Roadster existed. I forgot when that started. It wasn't very popular though. Anyway, it plugged in. It's like we won't let you unplug this until it's done charging. People will be driving off with the chargers attached and just ripping the cords off using a car. It's okay, there's no problem. It'll be done charging tomorrow, then we can get out of here.
どちらにせよ、明日で全て終わるってわけだ。
Either way, it'll all be over tomorrow.
そう。明日で終わり。
Yes, it ends tomorrow. ... I heard Sarah muttering to herself. It's like, I don't think it's gonna end tomorrow for me. So I'm just gonna go back to Lieblich. Unless I do something about that. Her face was serious. Oh, I see. It's like a different meaning. I'm gonna make something in tomorrow. I'm gonna make it in tomorrow, right? I'm gonna win this time. The party ended immediately after that. And so everyone ended up spending the last night as they pleased. I was soaking in the hot springs at Yu's suggestion. I just realized there's trees in this. Man, they must have like had a lot of. Man, that's not very weight efficient. Gee, like how much earth do you have to have like embedded in the facility to have the trees to be able to grow? The root span is usually approximately the plumage. I don't know. I can't think of the right word right now. The foliage span of the tree above ground. So, yeah, like that whole like leafy part. That's how much dirt you'd have to have underneath. That same volume underneath. Of course, they also have a hot spring, but I mean that's a lot of water. That should be a problem too, of course. And all the water tanks in Zweite stock. I relax every inch of my body. So you dunk your head in? That's not how you're supposed to do that. I do feel refreshed. I, however, will feel like puking if I make the shower water too hot in my shower. Anyway, I looked up to the steaming ceiling. It's finally time to get out of here tomorrow. Are we going to talk to you, though, before that and speculate about time traveling forward 17 years and are saying time travel doesn't exist and all that? When tomorrow comes, we'll finally be freed from the current situation we're trapped in. Or is this going to jump till tomorrow? And I'm just going to finish this. These extraordinary days will come to an end. Anyway, if the original game is anything to go off of, we have one more conversation with you we have to do. It's another long-winded thing. I wonder if Boku, my memories, will come back then. I quietly close my eyes. After getting out of the bath, I was on my way to the rest area to drink fruit milk when I spotted Takeshi, who was resting in a deserted area, which is the park area. Are we going to see him with a beer? He's carrying several cans of coffee as he walks. Okay, so it's going to be coffee instead of beer. Looks like Takeshi's celebrating tomorrow by himself. I don't want to get in the way. Okay, so they have an analogous scene to him having a can of beer open next to him while, like, sitting by himself in the park. They're just doing coffee instead of beer. Okay, I quietly left the plaza without being noticed. This was in the original game as well.
なあ、これでよかったのか?
Hey, is this okay?
あんたならどうした?
What would you have done? Finally heard Takeshi talking to himself. I bought some fruit milk with my Lemu card. Why do I drink while gazing at the bottom of the bottle? Or so I thought as I drank. I was struck by a flash of lightning again. Huh? Did I get dizzy in the bath? Potentially. I wonder what vision he's gonna see. I mean, there was one in the original game where he drug Sara out of the cosmic whale room, and that caused her to not drown. Coco kind of indirectly saved Sara in the future. But that thing is not gonna happen. I don't know how they're gonna do that in this remake. I'm curious how they're going to make that work. Is the cosmic whale room going to flood? I could see that happening. That would close off the possibility of using the whale submersible. So they have to do something more original game-like. Oh. The curiosity is high here. I sat down in my chair and waited for the radiance to subside. A lot of discussion may have been going on here in the writer's room. How are we going to do this part? Probably the original game, too. There was a lot of discussion in the writer's room about how to do this part. I drank the fruit milk in one gulp and fulfilled my quota. Curious about Yu's struggles, I decided to take a peek into the control room. Oh, and then she switched back to her uniform. Midday. Sure enough, Yu was facing the terminal, typing away at the keyboard. Okay, so we're going to have that one last conversation with Yu, probably. But it's not going to be in the, it may not be necessarily in the, Lemurian ruins. It might be in the control room. How's it going, Yu? Have you made any progress?
少年か。ご覧の通りさっぱりよ。進展があるとすれば、コーヒーを飲んだ回数くらいかな。
Oh, kid, as you can see, I don't have a clue. If there's any progress, it's the number of times I've had coffee. When I look over, there is quite a few paper cups piled up next to you.
残された手がかりがあるとすれば、あとはお母さんのパスワードなのよね。
If there is any clue left, it's my mom's password.
それで再びパスワード探しをしているんだけど。
That's why I'm looking for the password again. You would mean this is your mom's second password, because you've made it such that this wasn't what was printed was indeed your mom's your mom's first password in this version. The password is meant to access some secret information, right? Now that Sora is free, why are you looking up the password now?
その考えが違っていたみたい。このパスワードはお母さんの研究資料のデータにアクセスするための鍵だったのよ。
I seem to think differently. This password is the key to accessing the data from my mother's research materials. Oh. In that case, why don't you show me and Sora, right? In that case, can't you show Sora and I the contents? That's your something like that of what you're talking about?
その空に教えてもらったんだけど、このファイルは空の権限では解けないプロテクトがかけられていてね。
It's probably can't Sora show you the contents. I told Sora about it, but the file has protection that can't be undone by the authority of Sora.
パスワードと暗号が対になっているらしく、パスワードを入れて初めて暗号化が解け解読できるみたいなのよ。
It's apparently paired with a password, and it's only when you put in a password that you can crack and decode the encryption. In other words, okay, so Sora can access it, she just can't decrypt it, so it just looks like gibberish. Why is it so strict again?
わからない。よっぽど外部、内部でさえ知られたくない情報があるみたいね。
I don't know, it looks like there's some information they really don't want to get outside. No, even to be known inside.
まったくお母さん、ここで何をやっているのよ。
Seriously, Mom, what are you doing here?
もうわからないこと尽くしだわ。
Masterminding this whole thing, you! Seriously, Mom, what are you doing here? Oh, I didn't translate this. It's like, oh, I don't get it. What were you writing, basically? I don't understand. There are so many things I don't understand. You scratched her head and yelled.
もうこうなったらリフレッシュに行くわよ。
Geez, now that it's come to this, it's time to refresh myself. Let's go refresh ourselves. Hot spring? I think that's good.
少年も付き合うの。
You're going with me, young man? Where are we going? What? You grab my arm. I don't know where we're going. I just got into the hot spring. I imagine bathing in the hot springs with you. My face burns with excitement.
温泉じゃないわ。パーッと遊んでリフレッシュしましょう。
Kid, that's not how the plot goes. It's not a hot spring. Let's play with the parts. What parts? Let's play with parts and refresh ourselves. What do you mean by pots? Pots. I mean, that's what it says. I mean, perhaps
バイトで
pots.
施設の内容とか位置は知ってるけど、遊び目的で回るってだけでなんか新鮮に感じるわ。
I know the details of the facility and its location for my part-time job, but just going around for fun feels new to me. Okay, so it's the parts of Lemu, right? So it's basically like they're going on a date. Okay, like it's kind of like the date sequence with Sora on the Takeshi side. They're just kind of repeating that. Trying to make a pattern. I know the details and locations of the facilities for my part-time job, but going around for fun feels fresh. You cheerfully walk down the corridor with my hand in her right hand.
さて、どこから回ろうかしら。少年はどこに行きたい？
Now then, where should we start? Where do you want to go, young man? It's fun to say young man, even though the translator's like translating kid. I'll leave it to you. I don't know much about this place.
だらしないわね。それでも男の子？こういう時は男性がリードするものよ。
You're sloppy, aren't you? Are you still a boy? At times like this, men take the lead. Lead?
まあいいわ。とりあえずあれに乗ってみましょう。
Well, whatever. Let's try riding that thing. Oh, so you're going to discuss time travel in the jellyfish gondola. Okay. I was led by you and made peace in front of the jellyfish gondola boarding area. Made peace? I was taken by you and we met in front of the jellyfish gondola boarding area. That makes more sense. And then we boarded the gondola. This playground equipment was designed to travel around the outer wall of Dritte stock, drifting slowly along the transparent tube as it explored the bottom of the sea. Well, I mean, you could probably be able to see the bottom of the sea, but you're showing only the depth of Dritte stock, which is only 3/7 the depth down to the bottom of the sea at this location. I assume it's a shallow spot. The jellyfish carrying us swayed comfortably as it advanced. Man, those stool seats look kind of uncomfortable. There's a lot of form over function going on with them. Looking out front of the gondola, I really feel like I'm floating underwater.
あ、少年、あそこに魚が泳いでるよ。
Kid, there's a fish swimming over there. You're right, it's beautiful. In the night time, but perhaps guided by the lights of the facility, the fish had gathered. That's it.
クラゲが光ってる。ロマンチックだわ。
Jellyfish are glowing. It's romantic. Glowing jellyfish are romantic. Romantic question mark? Yeah, okay. I didn't think you would say something like that out loud.
何よ。何か言いたいことがあるわけ？
What, you got something to say? That's not true. It really is romantic. Nah. Romanticness aside, it was certainly a fantastical sight. A school of fish in the dark sea illuminated by the light. It looked like a sparkling green jewel. Yu's eyes sparkled as she watched the gems. Beautiful.
ほんとそうね。
You're right. He's like, you're really right. This is why people come to Lamu when it's not destroyed. I guess. Although this is made possible a lot by the nighttime. I couldn't help but stare at you, and you was watching the fish. What you... What? And you, without thinking, and when I said something, you was looking at the fish, replied. Okay.
楽しかったね。
Okay, so we just kind of briefly go through that. That was fun. Yeah, it was fun.
それじゃあ次どこに行く？
So I presume we're going to end at the Lemurian ruin, and then we're going to have that big discussion in the Lemurian ruin. A lot more wordiness to get through. So, where should we go next? Sodane. That's right. What's right? Dizziness again. Shun. My legs are wet. Oh. In an instant, my feet got wet.
どうしたの少年？
I presume that's like an expression. What's wrong, boy? I just got a little dizzy.
念のため医務室で検査する？
Go to the infirmary just in case? Question? I'm fine. My head isn't hurting, and I think I'll heal soon.
だけど
But I'm okay, or I'll be okay from now. I showed how energetic I was by walking. I walked along looking energetic.
だったらいいんだけど
I hope so. Still dizzy. I stood with you and headed for the next attraction. So, where are you going?
カルセル・デルフィーネイルカのメリーゴーランド。私あれに一度乗ってみたかったんだ。
This is the same sequence as you went through with Sora. Carousel Delphine, the dolphin merry-go-round. I've always wanted to ride it. New CG? Oh, that sounds interesting. Where's that attraction?
この先もうすぐよ。
It'll be soon. Or close. That's right, when you pointed to the end of the corridor. Little you sprite. That's new. Huh? Use here. But it's like the other outfit.
何当たり前のこと言っているのよ。
What are you saying? It's obvious. Like, yeah, I'm here. No, look over there. Is there a mirror? You can see you.
変ね。私には鏡なんて見えないんだけど。
Oh, that's weird, isn't it? I don't see a mirror. Look, huh? You over there. Looks like she's wearing something different.
ふざけないでよ。
Don't be ridiculous. Why did you change scenes? Why can't they both be in the same scene? I'm not joking. Or I'm not being ridiculous. I'm not kidding or anything. It's like I can see through that you over there. Yeah, that's right. She's kind of transparent. Could it be used ghost? You suddenly started running in the opposite direction. Yeah, wait a minute, you. I hurried after you. I mean, it would be kind of okay, except I think you an all timeline. Well, yeah, you would have to be still alive in order for them to even be doing this. There are timelines where she dies, but you wouldn't get to this one. You wouldn't get to here in any of them. When I followed you, I glanced behind me. But the other you is nowhere to be seen. I followed after you and arrived at the plaza. I guess they didn't want to draw you on the dolphin carousel, so they did that. Okay, so we're going to stop here. I looked around, but I couldn't see you anywhere. So, L. Save. In this slot. V. Exit, yes. Save the system data. Okay.